If you love the blues, you found your new home. The Blues Hotel. Real music. Just talking blues. Real stories. And Blues Moments in Time. The history that shaped it all. 3 podcasts. 1 home. The Blues Hotel Collective. Listen wherever you get your podcasts. From the Blues Hotel Collective, welcome to Blues Moments in Time, where every groove holds a memory and every moment echoes the truth of what came before. Today, we rewind the reel, trace the footsteps, and revisit the chapters that shaped the blues. Here is our host, Kelvin Huggins.
Welcome to Blues Moments in Time, the podcast dedicated to exploring the rich history and cultural significance of blues music. Today we walk through the events of February 6, a date marked by journeys, rebellion, and the birth of the West Coast sound. Let's start with the cultural landscape. On this day in 1820, the ship Elizabeth, often called the Mayflower of Liberia, departed New York Harbour. 86 free African Americans boarded this vessel, leaving the United States to forge a new life in Sierra Leone. It was a journey of hope, but also of exile. This event sows the seeds of a theme that would haunt blues lyrics for the next century: the concept of home. From the field hollers to the urban laments of Chicago, that deep spiritual restlessness, that feeling of being a stranger in one's own land, can be traced back to moments of departure like this one. Now let's turn our attention to the political climate. We fast forward to February 6 in 1961. The civil rights movement is burning hot in the American South. On this day, leaders from the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, including Diane Nash, arrived in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Their mission? To be arrested. They joined the Friendship 9 in a jail-in, refusing to pay bail for the crime of sitting at a lunch counter. This strategy of jail, no bail shifted the power dynamic of the movement. It was a real-life manifestation of the resilience found in the blues, the refusal to break under the weight of an unjust system. The music of the era was changing, becoming the soundtrack of this revolution. Now, of course, no discussion of blues history would be complete without exploring the music itself. On this day in 1936, the great Bumblebee Slim, Amos Easton, walked into a studio in Chicago to cut the track Hard Rocks in My Bed. It's a gritty Depression-era masterpiece that bridges the gap between the piano blues of the 20s and the electrified Chicago sound that was just around the corner. And in a twist of fate, on February 6, 1958, a teenager named George Harrison joined a skiffle band called the Quarrymen. Now, why does this matter to the blues? Because that band became the Beatles, and those boys from Liverpool would become the greatest global ambassadors American blues musicians ever had. Without them, giants like Muddy Waters might never have found their white audience in the 1960s. February 6 has also marked the beginning of life for some incredible figures. We celebrate the birthday of Robert Geddens, born in Texas in 1913. If you love West Coast blues, you owe it to Bob. He moved to Oakland during the war and built the Oakland sound from the ground up, writing classics like Tin Pan Alley and My Time After a While. He was the architect who proved that the blues didn't just live in Chicago or in the Delta. It had a home on the Pacific too. Sadly, February 6 has also been a day of loss. We remember the Irish guitar giant Gary Moore, who left us on this day in 2011. Gary played with the ferocity that proved the blues could still fill stadiums. And finally, we must acknowledge a very fresh wound in the blues community. Just last week on February 6, 2026, we lost the incomparable Microwave Dave Gallagher, a pillar of the Alabama music scene and a tireless educator. Dave spent his life preserving the craft. And that's all the time we have for today's episode of Blues Moments in Time. Join us next time as we continue to explore the fascinating history of the blues.